Portable air conditioning. Have you guys ever needed portable air conditioning? I know I have. These bad boys in general, a portable air conditioner is a really useful thing to have, especially if you ever like lose power or your air conditioning system is old and it fails for some reason. You need to get it worked on and it's hot. I live in Texas, so air conditioning going down, big deal. Very hot here. It's just a nice, simple, portable way to get air conditioning if for some reason you can't get it in the typical way. This one, it's called the CF14T. So it does 14,000 BTUs. That covers roughly like 500 to 700 square feet. It's got 3-in-1 functionality, so it does cooling, dehumidifying, and fan mode. It also has a timer function and a sleep mode. According to the stats, it should work for my living room. My living room's pretty decent size. I think it's like 500 square feet or so. I don't know exactly what it's at, but this should work pretty perfectly for the space. It's big enough, so it'll be a good test. So let's get it unboxed. Do I have enough space? Do I have enough ceiling? Oh, I do. I gotta say, man, they picked the right guy for this review. I know so much about these. I used to have to use these at work too. The air conditioning would break at work. We have to throw these in. There it is. This one's kind of fancy, dude. Wait a minute. Yeah, so we got the timer button. We got the fan speed, up and down. We got mode button, on and off. Got a bunch of indicators, low, high, auto. Got the timer, cool, fan, dry, sleep. Okay, so I have all the packaging off. Here it is. It's got wheels, so nice and portable. We have a drain hose for the condensation. We also have the exhaust hose for the air. This is where the hot air from your room gets blasted out the window. And we have the attachment for the window. So you just slide your window up, stick this in the window. Anyways, we're gonna take all this stuff. I'm gonna go set it up in the living room. So see you guys there in a second. There's a couple things on the back that I wanted to show you guys first, just to get a little more familiar, especially with like long-term use. Here is the air filter. So you can just pop it out like this. So you just take this whole thing, sweep it off, take it outside, maybe get a little air duster going. If you have like pets or whatever, this will probably fill up pretty quick. A lot of air goes through here. So if it starts getting hot and it's not working as well as it used to, that's the first step to look at. There's also another filter right here that you can take out, do a little bit of maintenance on that. Like I said, do the same thing, just use air, maybe like a little rag or something. Okay, and then here is the initial drain, this right here. You can just unscrew it, and then you pull this thingy out. Yeah. And then whatever condensation you have in the tank, after a while you can go ahead and drain it. It will just shut down automatically when the tank is full, so you could just wait for that to happen. If you're in a situation where you have to drain it like frequently, you can actually use this top one. You just put like a bucket back here or something. You can unscrew this one here. They give you this little hose attachment. You can just take this, stick it on here like this. It just slides right on, no tools necessary. Stick that into a bucket and drain it if it gets really full. But like I said, depending on where you live, you might not have to do this very often. So now I'm just gonna show you how to set it up. All you need is a window, a power outlet, and a bucket every once in a while. Okay, so we have the installation guide. It's just one page, front and back, pretty simple. All you're gonna do is put the exhaust hose on to the air conditioner first. Just go here and just slide that in there. Boom. Okay, so now what you're gonna do is you're gonna take this thing, it's gonna show up like this. You just open it to about the size of your window. So go ahead and take it to your window and just extend it into your window so you get a good size there. And then it comes with a little screw. There's little holes that line up in the top here, and you just screw it together. Then if you really want to, there's also some extra weather stripping and stuff you can add to this to really make it like in there. Cover up all those, there's air gap in there for water. I'm gonna cover that up. Get that in there good. This will help. If you put this up for a long time, just take a second, man. And this is again, just if you want to get that little bit of extra seal and really make it nice and tight, but it's definitely not necessary. Just pop that in there. There we go. Nice. And then I'm just gonna close the window on that. That's actually a really tight seal, dude. Legit. I don't hear anything. Heck yeah. Okay, so now we got it plugged in. We got the exhaust hose going. The only thing left is the remote. I guess we'll check this thing out, make sure it works. In the spirit of competitive nature, I've turned my house air conditioning system off completely. It's currently 77 in here. You can see on the TV up there, it's 88 degrees outside. It was 90 a few minutes ago, but it rained randomly. But yeah, 77, not great. So I'm hoping to get that down by a few degrees in here. Like I said, this is the biggest room in the house, so. Okay, so this is the power button. We got the menu here. We'll just go through the different remote settings real quick before trying out the the buttons on the machine. We have the timer here. We got a plus and minus for wind speed. We have the angle for this part right here. We got sleep settings here, fan modes, and you can change it to Celsius or Fahrenheit here, depending on your needs. It's got a little Garvee logo on it. It's a nice little remote. I like that it's got a little display on it. On the machine itself, we got the timer here. We can put a timer on, say half an hour, and then it'll shut down on its own. Or you can adjust it, have it go for a whole hour, stuff like that. The fan speed, you can put it on high or low. I got this little thing, so we'll show kind of the difference between the speeds of the air. And this is the slow, looking at around 12 miles an hour. Not too shabby. The units, we could do kilometers per hour, about 20. Put that on high. What are we getting here? Let's really get in there. 18. So we get about 18 miles per hour. Okay, cool. Okay, let's go modes. So we have cool. That's where we're going to show the temperature that it's going to be set to. So set to 64. Looks like that's the lowest it can go. Up to 90. But right now it's 78, so we just set it all the way down. Give it max. Give it its max trying. All right, so I'm just gonna get the temperature inside there. 55.7. Yeah, 51.2. So in the 50s is good. Like right now, this room is like 76.1 already. Look at that. Thermostat says 77. We get 1 degree of cooling already. So we have 3 different modes. Let's move on to the next one. It's fan. It's just a fan, that's it. So for this one, this is the little symbol for the fan. It's on high speed. You can do the fan speed button here, change it to low. But you get a high and a low fan if you just want a little bit of air moving around the room. Okay, and last but not least, it's got a dehumidifier. It's called dry dehumidify. So, you know, in a place like this specifically, where I said the humidity is kind of high, a dehumidifier could definitely be helpful. You just have to be mindful of emptying out the condensation tank, because it's going to take, like, you know, humidity from the air, going to take moisture from the air and like place it into the machine. Then eventually you're going to have to drain it out. So there's your 3 different modes. Pretty cool little machine. That's pretty much it. So I'm just going to go ahead and let this thing cool for a while. Hopefully we can get it, you know, a decent temp in here. House air conditioner is off, so I'm just going to see what it can do for this room. Hopefully we can get it cooler. We started out at 78 degrees, so let's see how cool we can get it in here. That's pretty much it. The Garvee 14,000 BTU. Let's see if we can get some 14,000 BTU action going. I'm going to go ahead and put it back in cooling mode and just let this thing freaking go, man. Okay, so as you can see from the time lapse, it did decrease by a few degrees. The rest of the house is extremely hot because, like I said, it's 90 degrees, so it's like a sauna in the rest of the house. It not only kept temp here on a really hot day, it brought the temp down to by 4 degrees. That's pretty significant. Like I said, this is the biggest room in our house, so this includes the living room, the kitchen, the front hallway all the way to the front door, and a little alcove to enter the 3 rooms over there. And it just cooled down all that. That ain't bad, dude. That's actually pretty good. Like, it's sweltering in that bedroom. I'd say mission success. Good job, Garvee. I would totally believe that it has met, if not exceeded, its 14,000 BTU rating. We've seen the flow. We've seen the rating. We know it cools down a space in Texas. They said that it runs pretty quiet. I want to put that to the test. So my voice right here, hello. My normal speaking voice, 72, 73 decibels. Maybe I'm talking a little bit loud for the YouTube review. Ambient room sound, not too bad. Let's go ahead and check out this. It's about the same, 70 to 72 decibels, 66. It's really not that loud. Like compared to like, let's go over here where it's like quiet corner of the house in the kitchen or something, it's like 34 decibels. It's not that loud. So now at low, it's like 60 decibels. Okay, then you have like a nighttime mode. You use it like when you're sleeping or you want it to be kind of quiet. There's not too much of a load in the room. You can hit the little moon button. Just hit that once, and then this kind of thing will go. I already hit it, and we're looking at like about the same as low. A little bit nicer than medium. But essentially, it's really not that loud compared to your typical air conditioner. You know, it's not like screaming for attention right now. I'm sitting like directly next to it. It's really not that loud. So I just kind of want to check this on the FLIR camera in addition to checking the temperature in here, just to kind of show you the path of the airflow here. And we'll be able to see it, sort of. You can see my butt print on the couch. So you can see the cool air coming out through there, the blue. You can see the heat down there, and you can see more of it being removed from the hose. Because the air conditioning in the house hasn't been running for a while, it's really cool that it was able to keep the temp in the living room, because the bedroom, I went to go record it and it was at like 82 degrees. I just used the little thermostat. Dude, it got hot in the house so fast, but it was able to not only keep up with the air conditioning of the house, but it was able to like cool it down more than it was set to before. It was set to 75, and then we got it up to 78, and it cooled all the way down to 74 in here. So that's pretty insane. Pretty decently sized space too. That was the Garvee CF14T portable air conditioning unit. If you have air conditioning problems, or if you have some maintenance scheduled, or maybe you just live in a smaller space where you just need air conditioning or your house doesn't have it, add this in. It's definitely a worthwhile investment. I can't imagine living without air conditioning, especially if it goes down for a few hours. It'd be nice to just have this thing ready to go as a just in case, or you know, as a permanent unit. I've used these for a really long time. I actually lived somewhere where I didn't have air conditioning, and I had to use one of these for like a whole year, and it was awesome. All I could do is just drain the water every once in a while, clean the air filter, and it's good to go. So that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like. I'd really appreciate it. I'll leave a link for this unit down below in the description. Hope you'll check it out, and I'll see you guys in the next tech review. Peace.